Hello. This is really weird to be holding a microphone, but I am out of the city and I don't have anywhere else to put it, so yeah. Today I am the girl with the mic. Welcome to Gabby's Obsessive Reading Month Wrap Up, aka my May Wrap Up. I really feel like a reporter. Anyway, this month I read 9 books and it was a really positive reading month because I loved almost all of them, and the only one that I didn't love I actually liked a lot. Everything started really smooth. I picked up The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I really liked it. I picked up the audiobook because I wanted to listen to something while I was working, and it was a really good pick. I didn't love it, but mainly because of expectations, not because there was something wrong with the book. This book is a classic. It's about a doctor that starts researching about human nature, what makes us good, what makes us bad, our emotions, and starts experimenting with himself to let out his deepest passions, his deepest desires. The thing is, everything gets messed up and he ends up unleashing the monster within. As I said before, this is a really good book. I didn't love it because I expected it to be creepier than it actually was, but I still recommend it. It's a really good book and it's a classic for a reason. Then I started spiraling down because I picked up Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. This is also a classic, and I picked it up because last year I watched the show, the Netflix show, And with a Knee, that it's an adaptation of this book, and I really loved it. So I picked it up to listen to it while I was working as well. And I absolutely adored it. So much that I listened to it in 2 days and then couldn't help myself but pick up the second book, Anne of Avonlea, and I absolutely loved it as well. And I got obsessed. I couldn't stop. So I picked up immediately Anne of the Island, which is the third book in the series. This is a 8 series book, and oh my god, I love this series so much. It's about an orphan girl that gets adopted by accident by 2 brothers, Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, by accident because they were supposed to adopt a boy, and she arrived to the town of Avonlea and the house of Green Gables. These books are set in the end of the 19th century and beginning of the 20th century, so everything is pretty conservative, and it's a small town in a small island in Canada. And Anne Shirley, our protagonist, is such a lovely character. She's such an amazing girl. Her imagination has no limits. She picks up every detail in life and makes it wonderful, makes it gorgeous. Her personality is so contagious, and the characters we meet along the way, Gilbert Blythe is like the man of my dreams now. Anyway, this is the definition of a feel-good book. I am 3 books in the series and I cannot wait to keep going. I will make a series review once I'm finished, but yeah, if you want a really feel-good book to love, I really recommend you to pick up Anne of Green Gables. And I read not 1, but 2 Harry Potter books this month. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I read this one as a buddy read with Ariel from the channel Reading and Whatnot, and had a blast. We're gonna have a chat about this book that is gonna come up in the channel really soon. And yeah, what can I say? I really loved going back to this book. I suffered after this many years. I sobbed at the end of the book so much. And then I read Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and I sobbed even more in the end. I mean, these books, I love Harry Potter. I love these books so much. They mean so much to me. And it seems like I really thought that going back to these books as an adult wouldn't be as, I wouldn't have this feeling of whimsy, of wonder that I had when I was a kid, but I was so wrong. Anyway, of course, there will be a book discussion on Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince coming soon. And then I finally picked up the book that I had to read this month, which was Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is book 1 in the Greenbone saga. And I loved it. This was a read along in our Discord server, Dragon's Library Book Club. I will put the link in the description if you want to join us. I adored this book so much. I didn't expect it to love it as much as I did. I have a whole review talking about it. It's spoiler free, so feel free to check it out if you want. This book made me remember why I love mafia stories so much. It's an Asian inspired fantasy with very Godfather-esque vibes. And it's set in a city where the mafia, the clans, control almost entirely everything in economics and politics. It works with the government like mafia usually does. And everything revolves around the stone of jade, which is like the main asset of the world and also the base of the magic system. The character work is fantastic. The world is fascinating. The magic system is great. I really don't have any complaints about this book. It just entered my list of favorite books of all time. And yes, I really recommend it. And I'm looking forward to start book 2 really soon. I really have the feeling like I'm telling the news or something like that with this microphone in my hand. As I said, I am obsessed with rereading books. So I read The Final Empire, book 1 in the Mistborn trilogy, which is my favorite series of all time. And I had such a great time. I didn't think I could love more this book than I already did. But I was wrong again. This book has the most fascinating magic system I've ever read. The world building is amazing. I love this heist type story. The characters, the crew that we meet is amazing. Kelsier is one of the most charismatic characters I've ever read in fiction. So yes, I loved it so much, and I'm so looking forward to keep continuing rereading the series because I feel like I'm picking up on things that I didn't pick up before because, well, that's what rereadings do, I think. We have chickens everywhere here. So that was my May wrap up. It was a really, really positive reading month. I got obsessed with so many books and I loved almost every book I read. And for June, I have a lot of books in my TBR, so let's get on with it. Last night, I started reading The Lord of the Rings for the first time. I'm in the Fellowship of the Ring, already in page 40. I am invested. I didn't expect this. I thought it would be more of a struggle for me to go through this book because when I was a teenager, I tried reading The Lord of the Rings, but Tolkien's writing didn't really appeal to me, so I was really hesitant to start reading these books. But I am really enjoying it. I also will be continuing with Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn trilogy, The Well of Ascension. This has always been my favorite book in the series, so I'm really excited to go through that one. I also will be continuing with the Greenbone saga. I will be reading book 2, Jade War. I love Jade City so much that I'm really eager to start reading this book. And the best thing is that my friends from the Discord ordered it as well, so I think we will be having a really, really cool discussion about this book. Talking about the Discord, the pick of the month was The Sword of Kagan by M.L. Wong. This is a standalone. I don't really know what it's about, but I've heard so many good things about this book, so I'm really excited to read it with my friends. And as always, we will be having a live show at the end of the month discussing this book. I don't know in which channel it's gonna be this time, but you'll find out soon enough. And surprise to no one, I will be reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Obviously.
Last book in the Harry Potter series, and I don't know if I am ready to finish it. Finishing Harry Potter always gets me a little bit emotional. I have the feeling that I am forgetting one. Oh yes! We may or may not start this month with Ali from the channel Book Bench, start reading Royal Assassin, book 2 in the Farseer trilogy. We read as a buddy read the first one, Assassin's Apprentice. We had a live show in her channel. I will link that in the description and in the corner if you want to check that discussion out, because we had a lot of fun talking about this book. And people say the series keeps getting better and better, so we'll see. So that was my main wrap up and my June TBR. This was a really weird filming experience. I really feel like a reporter, but I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss anything. And yes, see you in the future.